welcome to our first episode of Retail Conversations powered by HMR. And excited ako today because I have with me Mr. Frankie Endriga, and he is the Retail Operations Head of HMR Retail House. So Frankie,
Hi,
how
Kat.
are you? Hello.
I'm great. Thank you
My
for
God.
having me today.
Of course. Very excited kami because our episode's first topic is actually about how to turn your idea into business. Diba? So, Frankie, before tayo mag-question and answer portion, I think the audience or yung mga ka-finders wants to know more kung sino ka professionally, personally. So, share mo naman.
So I'm Frankie Endriga. I've been with HMR for 6 years,
Okay.
and I've been heading retail operations for the past 2 years. It's been quite a fascinating experience. I didn't come from a retail background.
Okay.
Previous jobs. I worked in an IT company for a while. I was working as a corporate communications account director, and then I worked in
Okay.
government for a while. I also came from SGV.
SGV.
Yes, as a management consultant, and I also dabble into entrepreneurship. So I have a few businesses
Okay.
at the moment in various industries. But this is my first job at retail, and it's been quite interesting so far.
Okay. I think with retail and other businesses, you have a lot of experience now, which
Yes.
it's really interesting kasi nga ang topic natin is how to turn ideas into business. But question lang, Frankie, how do you differentiate ba? Or I guess ang gusto kong tanongin is, meron bang good or bad idea? Or kasi ang mga ka-finders natin, lalo na yung mga nagsa-startup business, di ba? Always na question in mind, parang okay ba tong idea ko? Or wag na lang, or ituloy ko ba to? Parang ganon. So ang question ko is, may good idea ba and bad idea, or in general, ganon lang din siya?
Actually, in general, any idea is worth pursuing. There is actually no, I would say there's no bad idea.
Okay.
What really matters is, okay, number one, does your idea make sense? Does your idea, I guess, is it correct? In general, any idea I think is worth pursuing.
Okay.
And it's not, don't knock it until you try it. That's what I try to tell myself.
Don't knock it till you try it, mga ka-finders. Totoo naman din yan.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Kasi minsan, magtatanong din sila na kailan siya nagiging good idea?
Okay, first, I think common sense, I tell myself, common sense is free and abundant. So first thing, use your common sense.
Okay.
Now, if it makes sense, if your idea starts to make sense to you, what will help also is you put down your main idea on a piece of paper, and then you write down, expand your idea. So writing it down on paper helps a lot.
Totoo yan. Agree ako, mga ka-finders. Kasi di ba in a digital age, sa totoo lang din naman, ano tayo, cellphone, may mga apps na to write down your, to put into yung mga schedules mo and everything. But I think yung power ng pen and paper, di ba? It's a good
habit
eye-opener, di ba?
Mahalaga ang lapis at kwaderno.
Di ba? Totoo. Ikaw din ba? Kahit hanggang ngayon? Or,
I have a notebook with me all the time.
Nga yan.
Tsaka,
diba?
may pad ako dito.
May pad.
Tsaka, it's also good, it's a good habit also na meron kang papel at lapis sa night table mo or beside your bed. Because sometimes, at the end of the day, when gumagana pa rin yung utak mo eh.
Bago
And then, if something comes up, isulat mo. Kasi baka kinabukasan, makalimutan mo na.
Totoo.
Or sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the night, may panaginip ka, parang there's a light bulb moment. Best thing, isulat mo na kagad.
Di ba? Totoo.
Every time may light bulb moment ka.
Di ba? Kasi, parang marerelate ko naman yan dun sa ating third question. Itong mga questions na to, mga ka-finders, it's something na kinolekta din naman namin when it comes sa mga entrepreneurs or sa mga gusto mag-startup na business na kumbaga ano yung mga questions nila para at least matulungan namin kayo na kahit pa paano mag-spark ng idea sa inyo, di ba? So, kailan kailangan i-consider? Halimbawa, nagka-idea na sila. Ano yung masasabi mo na parang i-consider na nila yung idea into business?
Okay, so translating that idea, no? Magka-light bulb moment ka, subukan, papasok sa isip mo, subukan ko kaya to. Two things that you have to understand, na you have to consider when you have that light bulb moment. First, you try to consider, or you try to think about, is it going to solve a problem?
Kumbaga parang yung idea na yun, or yung negosyo na yun, parang makakatulong ba siya, hindi lang sa'yo personally, and financially, kundi sa mga customers mo din.
Yes, and you have to, and then it's also important to have empathy. Put yourself in the customer's shoes or whoever is experiencing that problem. Think of what will solve it. For example, the pandemic actually is a great example of how so many ideas turn into solutions. Because you're not selling a product. Every product or every service is designed to solve a problem or fulfill a need. So, di ba yung pandemic, di ba explosion yan ng explosion of online food retailers, yung mga nagluluto sa bahay. Well, number one, di makalabas ang tao.
Totoo.
Di ba? A lot of restaurants were closed. But people will still eat. People will still find ways to gather themselves.
Yeah.
And it's also to break the monotony also. And the pandemic really showed us what businesses work and what businesses don't.
Yes.
Or where some businesses are no longer relevant because of the pandemic. And some businesses talagang grabe nag-empire, di ba? You know, yung term buga ng pandemya. Di ba? Lumabas yan. So, that's the first. Second is, you gotta do your research.
Very, very important always. Mga finders is research. Marami kasing parang feeling nila they know it all.
Yes.
Diba?
Hindi naman pwede panay puso, walang husay, di ba?
Yes.
So, di ba?
Totoo.
Diba?
Panay husay hindi.
Pero walang husay. So, you have to do your homework eh.
Yes.
Preparation is the first. Without being prepared, so number one, you have to have a plan and you have to prepare. So part of preparation is researching the market. Did someone have the same ideas as you? Already? Or is your idea going to be unique in the market?
Yes.
If your idea has not been done by anyone, and it's a unique idea, good for you, pero bilisan mo.
Ayun nga.
Pero because someone else might come up with it. Now, if it's a business or an industry that there are other competitors also, think of what they're doing wrong. Or look what they're doing wrong. Or think of what can you do better.
Kahit naman nagawa na nila.
Exactly. And one way also is try becoming their customer. And then see what your experience will be. And then from there you said, okay, this was my experience. This is how I think it can be done better. Then comes when you start to map it out.
Okay.
Putting your ideas on paper. That next gen is you start identifying your inputs. Okay, so if you're going to start a food business, saan ka kukuha ng ingredients mo? Saan ka kukuha ng packaging mo? Your branding.
Suppliers.
Your suppliers for everything. So you have to understand these inputs. And then from there, that's when you can start to build your business plan.
Yes.
Into an idea. Now, yung business plan, this is critical. Marami dyan entrepreneurs hindi gumagawa ng business plan. Kaya marami na nagfa-fail eh.
Diba?
And you have to write it down on paper. Or at least, one thing that can help you is you make a deck or a PowerPoint presentation to yourself.
Para i-present mo sa sarili mo.
Present mo sa sarili mo. So, i-outline mo yung business idea, problem it's going to solve, who are competitors in the market.
Yeah.
If you can do some more research, what's the market size, market growth, and if it's profitable.
Going to dun sa next na question is, ano ba yung tips mo na ma-share sa mga ka-finders para maging effective yung mga gagawin na nila sa first steps ng mga negosyo?
Okay. As I said, di ba, business plan? Recap tayo, di ba? Make a PowerPoint presentation to yourself. And then, as you're making that presentation to yourself, then you present it to others. Your family, your friends. Then get feedback.
Very important.
Kasi important eh. We can't live in echo chambers. Kasi sometimes you start to believe your own hype. bilib ka sa sarili mo, tapos i-execute. Ang dami pala hindi na-consider.
Yes. Totoo.
Diba? So it's important, pitch it to your friends or family and get their feedback on the idea.
Yeah. Totoo.
Okay, so once you gather your feedback, this is all part of research. Diba? Kasi yun yung immediate market mo. Diba?
Yes.
When you start a business, usually una mo alokan family and friends.
Doon ka magbebenta.
Doon ka magbenta. So you have to take their feedback into account. Diba? And then di ba sinabi ko sa'yo gawin mo to?
Oo.
Diba ito suggestion? Ba't wala? We should have done that. So that's your immediate market. Then from there, ito medyo technical na to. So you have to look at what is your baseline product or baseline service or most basic.
Oo. Doon sila minsan, totoo yan.
So from there, that's your platform. Yan ang pundasyon mo. It's called the minimum viable product or MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, so that's sort of the industry term. From there, doon ka na maglalagay ng other improvements, whether product features or additional services.
Yes.
And then you have to consider next, okay, what's your price point?
Yun nga.
And your price point will be determined on the market you want to serve.
Tama, totoo.
Diba? So identify your customer, identify their needs. And then you just have to start understanding their behavior.
Yes.
So it's part of empathy. Pag hindi mo ilagay sarili mo sa lugar nila, yung product or service na ibibigay mo will not meet that need.
Totoo. Kahit gano'n ka-commodity yun. I mean, diba? Hindi naman siya magiging effective din.
So ito, one example out there is yung, di ba, ang bigas dati binibilan natin sa sako lang. Sa palengke, di ba? Bigyan mo 5 kilo. Sa supot lang. Pero meron mga nag-innovate. You know, from turning big gas, which is such a basic commodity, to something premium. Di ba? They started introducing may branding na siya. Naka-vacuum pack.
May mga
diba? May ganun na. Tapos they come up with names. Diba? Ang kinasanayan natin. Dinorado,
Jasmine.
Pero gumawa sila ng sarili. They coined their own name for that variant. Diba? And they sold it as premium. So you're taking a product and elevating it.
Yes.
And then you hit a new market that wants you know, to level up the rice eating experience.
Yes, exactly.
Diba? So that's an example also of knowing your market, identifying it early on, and then building that product or service.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can take it could be anything, as long as you're doing it better.
Yun ang pinaka-importante. Kasi di ba sa business naman, there's always a new idea, but wala namang idea na bago talaga na unique
exactly.
talaga
Yes,
diba?
yes.
Wala namang idea talaga, mga ka-finders, wala namang idea talaga na bago. Kumbaga yung idea nyo sa business is something na nakuha nyo or na natutunan nyo, pero ini-innovate nyo lang. Etong maganda example, si Mang Rudy na lang si Mang Rudy na lang na barbecuehan Ang daming barbecue sa Las Piñas, sobrang dami, pero magtataka.
Iba si Mang Rudy.
Iba si Mang Rudy,
Iba si Mang Rudy,
Bakit siya yung pinipilahan? Because he did something, may ginawa siya na mas in-improve niya kaysa dun sa mga katabi niya. Pare-pareho lang siguro sila ng sarap, but what makes him different is yung service talaga niya. Alam mo yun? So
iba talaga.
Tama,
so you have to do better than your competitors. And you have to raise the bar dapat
Yes. And innovate diba?
Innovate. And yung innovation may not necessarily be product. It could be your service level.
Yes,
diba?
exactly.
Maraming ways na mag-innovate.
Sa mga customers din, diba? Just like kasi we are both working for HMR. Ako naman po, sorry, hindi ako nagpakilala kanina. I'm Catolintino, so I'm handling franchise for HMR. Ganun din with HMR, we always innovate with products and also with our services. So kaya nga namin to sinimulan din para at least matulungan namin yung mga ka-finders na if you want to start your own small retail business, di ba? Ayan madami yung mga products na pwedeng i-inquire sa amin. Gusto ko lang, Frankie, na bigyan mo sila ng message na kung ano man yung message mo sa kanila on starting that idea right now and turning na into business. Kasi baka mamaya nag-hold back pa sila
Di ba yung pinag-usapan natin, outdo your competitors.
Yes.
As part of your business plan, how will you compete? And then you translate mo into your marketing plan.
Yes.
But how do you get your message out there? How do you present your product? And marketing is not expensive these days. Your only limitation now is your creativity.
Totoo.
Di ba, ang dami ng platforms dyan na
pwedeng gamitin.
No limits kung anong pwede mo gawin. And it's so, ang daling mag-viral ngayon eh. Di ba? It's just how you present yourself. Diba? And I'm a big believer in humor in marketing.
Ay, totoo yan.
Di ba? kasi mas relatable, di ba?
Totoo.
Tsaka mas, yung marketing, ito sabi ko, authenticity is number one.
Yes.
Kasi yung mga customers ngayon na ang bilis makaamoy ng fake.
Totoo yan.
Diba? Kaya the explosion of influencers or mga viral personalities. Kasi relatable sila eh.
Oo.
And makikita mo yung mas, I guess, sincere.
Yes.
Nakita mo. Versus, I'm not knocking celebrity endorsers. But, you know, sure. They will work in certain situations.
That's right.
But sometimes, you just got to do it differently. And
kaya minsan yung mga influencers na ngayon, TikTokers, yung mga nasa bahay lang. As in, they're not celebrities at all. Pero nagiging celebrity sila in their own way. Kasi actually nag-google ako. So ang number one talaga na pinapanood at tinatangkilik ng mga tao ngayon are funny videos.
Yes.
Funny, humorous things. Alam mo, hindi naman funny na walang kwenta. Pero I mean, it's something na, tama si Frankie, kung magma-marketing man kayo, do something funny or fun. Kasi yung mga tao nga ngayon.
Relatable.
Oo eh.
Ma-relate, can relate dapat eh. Diba?
Tama.
Tsaka ito right now, one of the most untapped, or people don't realize it, but it's an untapped potential in marketing, yung FOMO eh.
FOMO?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out.
Diba?
Hindi ako alam ng mga FOMO na yun.
Diba? Kasi ako rin gusto ko niyan. Lalo na ngayon, itayin mo yan sa yung messaging mo na very Instagrammable yung product mo,
yes,
or
exactly.
your services, yung service na pinoprovide mo. Let's say kapag, let's say you're a hairdresser. And then you turn yung may before and after ka na marketing material. Ang mo dyan, uy, gusto ko rin yan. Diba? I wanna look like that. So, you have to consider that also. So, in marketing, you have to make yourself relatable. You have to make it relevant to the current situation or the current market context. Kasi kung wala yun, wala. Hindi ko papansinin eh. So, dami nag-create ng content dyan.
Exactly. Diba? So, creative. The before kasi parang hindi masyadong pinapansin yung creativity. Nandun tayo sa safe side lang. Pero ngayon, the more creative you are, mga ka-finders, the more na, you know, the better.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, alam kong napakasaya nitong first episode and I am so excited sa magiging next episode namin. And thank you so much, Frankie.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you for having me today.
Binigay.
Salamat.
So anyway, yun nga mga ka-finders. So I hope na natulungan namin kayo with some ideas from Frankie. Alright, so mga ka-finders, before we end this very interesting podcast today, so magpo-promote lang po si Frankie sa inyo. Go ahead, take it away.
Okay, mga ka-finders, if you're looking for that elusive product, punta lang tayo sa any of the 20 branches ng HMR Trading House nationwide, or you can visit www.hmr.ph. So that's our website. You can find anything you want, anything you need. The fun is in the finds, with best finds, lowest prices.
Thank you so much. And mga ka-finders, again, sa HMR totoo, what you see today may not be here tomorrow. Okay? Alam na alam nyo yan, mga ka-finders. So anyway, thank you so much for your time. And if you do have questions po or any suggestions in the future, any topic or any inquiries, like if you want to purchase something from HMR, if you want to franchise, SOS Save on Surplus by HMR, you can just message us sa website ni HMR or ipo-plug ko yung number ko dito. You can call me or text me at 0915-785-0667. Again, that's 0915-785-0667. Okay? So we'll see you again, mga ka-finders. Meron tayong laging mga surprise guest para sa inyo. And of course, mga juicy topics, of course, na makaka-help sa inyo. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye!